What's good, YouTube land? Let's triple down on the triple black repaints with Covert Agent Ravage. James Ravage. So yes, this guy is 2 in a row $70 deluxes. And we'll talk about that as we go. I do like this box. Okay, so it's got Covert Agent there, War for Cybertron, all that good stuff, Transformers, Generations, pictures of Ravage with the Predacon symbol, and his entire updated Beast Wars bio. Legitimately, right here is all you need to know about Ravage in Beast Wars. Because Ravage is the same character from G1 Ravage. Like, I think we last saw him in Siege. There was a cassette of Ravage in Siege. But I don't know if you're ready for the backstory of Ravage, as it's going to be dramatically read by me. After the Great War, Ravage was one of the Decepticons granted amnesty and reformatted into a Predacon. As Covert Agent Ravage, he is secretly dispatched to Earth by the Tripredacus Council during the Beast Wars. That's as though I don't have the... I forgot to load up the music, so that's Beast Wars. That's all you're getting. He is tasked with terminating the rogue Predacon called Megatron with extreme prejudice and a Russian accent. Apparently, I don't remember the episodes Ravage appeared in. But after the Golden Disc reveals a secret message from his long-dead Decepticon leader, he realizes where his allegiance lies. Decepticons forever! And that's all you need to know. And here is basically a scene from the TV show of Ravage transforming from that robot mode into a cassette into a compartment on the Predacon's ship. So if I open it up, take this out, and we actually get that scene as a backdrop with the little right there, the little slot, cassette slot with the Predacon symbol, and some chairs and things. Okay, by chairs I mean a chair. But yeah. So here's Ravage in the least interesting mode he'll be in, his Beast Mode. He doesn't have a Beast Mode. That's because he's a heavy remold Cheetor and Shadow Panther. So they had to give him a Beast Mode. Let's compare with Cheetor. And yeah, remold, heavy. And Shadow Panther, who he borrows pieces of the mold from. Now, I didn't realize this in Shadow Panther's review, but Shadow Panther was originally going to be Ravage, because as previously mentioned, the original one of the ideas for Beast Wars was G1 characters in new bodies. So this was going to be Ravage, I guess. I'm not 100% certain on that, but somewhere in the pre-planning, they scrapped that idea, but they still wanted to do something with Ravage. So they brought him back as a tape and as a character, and then made Shadow Panther as a straight Cheetor repaint. And yeah, this guy, much more worth the $70 than Dracula's. But He's not complete without his guns. And I do like the fact that they're just very generic guns. Like they are big, they're verging on hand cannons because you get two of them. Like they're there to recreate his iconic hip missiles, which we'll talk about this thing in a second. But yeah, this thing is based almost a brand new figure. Like everything from the waist up, well, is remolded somewhat. The shoulders, they have the similar sculpt in detail, but they don't have the same joint system. The chest, heavily different. The head, heavily different. It has an adorable little white spot on it. Aw. Little adorable, evil kitty that'll... Nah, he's not more evil than a regular cat. I think. They redid the tail, so it's no longer a weapon. Although, unfortunately, it doesn't detach, and it kind of... we'll get to that in the robot mode. And we'll get to everything that's different in the robot mode. The only things that are the same mold are below the thighs. So these beast mode, these arms are essentially the same. And apparently they're manufactured wrong on mine. They're apparently the wrong way around. If you look at his instruction booklet, that I rarely do, you can see the picture of the beast mode right there. It's supposed to have these curves going the other way. So it's a kind of scary pop and swap, but thankfully it's on a ball joint, so if you get it that way, just no, it's there we go. And that doesn't really look much different, but it does give him a properly bending elbow. Speaking of articulation, the head is on a ball joint and is a very nice looking, almost Shadow Panther head, but has just enough of a unique shape to definitely say it's Ravage. His mouth opens all the way up, and his teeth are individually painted, and his tongue is painted, or the bottom of his mouth. So that is definitely attention to detail. Although the head is a kind of limited ball joint, you get that much range. You can't really look up much. You can look down because it becomes a robot mode head, and you can look side to side, or you can. All right, shoulders, ball joint, very nice range. You do get an elbow and a tiny bit of backwards, and the paw is on a ball joint. The hips are the robot mode hips. The only thing that's you get a bend right there and a ball joint at the other paw. So, the tail is on a hinge. So before we get to transformation, let's talk about the other pack-in Ravage. Yes, he comes with himself. And this is him in his G1 cassette mode. And it's alright. It's kind of a standard Cassetticon. Thankfully, the detail here is all Tampographed. Right on, it's not a sticker, so it won't peel away or anything. That's nice. And it looks good on both sides. And I do think there's a tiny bit of metal in them, because these gray pieces are actually slightly cold to the touch. But he also has a tiny purple Decepticon symbol right there. And transform him, you flip that down and flip the head down. And this is what I like to. This is not an official mode, but it just looks like he's like he's been scolded. He's like a dog that. Well, he's a cat technically. Cats don't give a shit about you, so a cat wouldn't do that. But maybe if you scritch him on the back of the ears. But to get him to fully transform, just fold the legs down, and that's it. He is very skinny. In my opinion, he has a hard time standing up. Just he has a very small base. He does not like to stand up. But there you go. Nice bit of paint on the eyes. And yes, he does end up eating his own tail to transform. Which, okay. Was an interesting choice they went with. There you go. Dead easy. 10-second transformation that you then have to spend way too long to figure out a proper pose that it can stand on. And to finish it off, you get his missiles, which are properly chromed and fit well into his beast mode. And they fit there in robot mode. They definitely add that final finishing touch to him. So let's transform this Ravage. So this is the base skeleton of the Cheetor mold, but there's a lot of heavy differences in the chest. So same thing. Fold the beast leg in, fold the foot down. Beast mode, leg up, foot down. You can leave the tail however you want. The big changes come in the torso. So you have to not pop it off the ball joint. You have to open up his chest. There we go. Which houses his robot mode arms, which were actually his back, like the panels of his back. That's a really cool touch. And then rotate the beast mode legs all the way back. We'll talk about that. And fold the arms out. Take the beast mode chest and just fold it underneath so it lines the head up. And everything should theoretically tab into place. Now you just fold his arm down, straighten his arm, and straighten his wrist. Do. And there you have Ravage in his robot mode. He is his first ever robot mode. And I'll talk about this in a second, after one of those words was correct. After I transformed those two back there. So I'll be right back. Alrighty. So wow. To compare, look at that difference. That is a $70 difference. Well, technically like a $30 or $40 difference, but oh well. Like this is how you do a remold. The only thing that are the same are the shins and the feet. Like, I'll even bring in Cheetor. Like, wow. That does mean some things are good, some things are different are bad. Bad thing it does mean there was quite a bit of kibble in the beast mode. That's willing to forgive. Unfortunately, the tail does not have any extra hinges or anything to move it. That's unfortunate. And I'm not I don't like these feet now that they're for Ravage. Like, these feet look too tiny for this for some reason. And I wish the legs had a bigger elbow bend so they could fold along his back a bit cleaner. Because, man, that is a incredibly different silhouette. Something that I might be alone, it'd be way too nerdy. I wish he had those tiny little shoulder pads he does have in this artwork. Like, here it's just kind of naked shoulder. But he does have the red Predacon insignia. At least that's there. But, let's check out that new torso. That looks good. That's a nice looking chest plate there. With this little piece of bronze and this thankfully not face on his crotch, with just like a Kamen Rider looking belt sort of thing. I wonder what happens if you press the red button. Beep. Oh wait, that just made him happy. Never mind. Even the thighs, which I think they could have gotten away with not remolding, are completely new. Even the friggin' arms. The shoulders are, I think, the only design that they're not even the exact same mold. Like, the arms are completely different. And I took off the weapons, but you don't have to. The weapons do actually store on his beast, on his hips. So he can actually, almost, with enough posability, grab his own gun from the holster position. That's really cool. Speaking of articulation, the head has the same ball joint. The shoulders, a universal joint with the same outward. They even still managed to incorporate the forward butterfly joint, even though it's no longer a point of transformation. That is impressive. You do get a rather tight bicep swivel. And just look how wibbly, like, friggin' not even just double jointed elbow, like, friggin' look at that amount of bend. Like, he only has to bend that much for his for his beast mode, but friggin' that is impressive. Like, breaking his own arm. Like, wow, that is dedication. You do get the same amount of range on the waist. That far. Surprisingly, the ball jointed legs don't actually get in the way because you can position them out of the way. You get your full frontal kick, forward kick, nothing back, which is the problem. The only problem with this mold, you do get your outward kick, your beautiful spread. You do get a knee swivel, a 90-degree knee bend. The gun fell off. And the ankle hinge with a pivot. Oh, you do get a wrist swivel as well. Almost forgot that. So let's give him his weapons and wrap up This review, which in my opinion, I've probably said nothing funny. Overall, this beats the hell out of Draculus. Like, this is how you do a remold. I'm looking at you, Draculus. You disappoint me. Frickin'. I said, it's almost a brand new mold. If they reworked the legs, I totally would have believed this wasn't even using this mold. Like, it's so night and day. Or Cheetor and Shadow Panther. No, that doesn't work. I honestly, as stupid as they look, I love the look of him with these double guns. It's just so ridiculous. It goes around ridiculous and hits badass. It just says, yeah, I'm a robot fucking cat with guns. What are you going to do about it? And thankfully, they're not even the gut gun. No, that comes with Tigatron. So, yes, I absolutely recommend Covert Agent Ravage. Because even though he and Draculus are the same price, there's more value for your money here. Not only are you getting a heavy remold of a better quality figure, let's face it, Titan's Return, kind of It was what they could do at the time, but Kingdom is so much better in terms of plastic and things and articulation. And you're getting a secondary accessory to tie up one whole episode of nostalgia. In fact, I forgot to do this. This video is running over 20 minutes, so I gotta wrap this up. Here. Scene recreation. Boom. Not really, but there you go. And actually, the tail is a slight bonus. It can act as a tripod for his legs. Sort of. It doesn't... it can almost go down that far. So, yeah. This set, much more worth it than Draculus. If you want the novelty, sure. Absolutely, Draculus is probably the one you're going to get. But if you really want to recreate, I think Ravage appeared in season 2 because he talked to Megatron in his Transmetal mode, like Beast Wars Megatron. So yeah, I think he had like 2 episodes of screen time in 3 episodes, if that makes any sense. But still, damn, this guy, just like Transmutate, is going to stay in robot mode in my Predacon collection. Because all hail Megatron! Or Decepticons forever. Das Vidanya. Apparently that's a thing. I don't know why. Oh. Beast mode? Who gives a shit, really? Let's be fair. For this version of Ravage, nobody gives a shit about the beast mode. I know why they gave him a beast mode as well. Because you can't physically engineer something to turn from this to this. It's impossible. And unless some third-party toy is going to make me eat my words, this is the only way to do this. So, yes, I'm absolutely satisfied. Go out and get you a Ravage. So, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. I should have made jokes about the Covert Agent thing, but besides the James Bond gag at the start, I couldn't think of anything. So, Martini. Shaken. not stirred. And some Energon. Alright, so thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, Secret Agent Bot. Secret Agent Bot. Con. He's a con. See, damn it! I can't even get my jokes right. Bye.